What's up, everybody? Johnny from All Around Boxing, and I'm on my way to go do a podcast with Jordan Martinez, aka El Moreno. Really excited about this one. Jordan has been creeping up as probably my favorite fighter here in Arizona, besides Checo, and I'm just really excited to get to know him and also put him out, to the world here in Arizona, so that he gets more fans. So it's coming soon, guys. Again, please like, subscribe, and comment on my videos. And yeah, let's go. Let's go talk to Jordan. What, my man?
What's up,
Hey,
brother?
man. So, what was kind of cool about this interview, that conversation that I'm having with Jordan, is that you actually hit me up in the Iron Boy event. You said, "Hey, man, I have a good story. Let's do a podcast." And that made me feel super cool that you watch my stuff and that you actually wanted to kind of put yourself out there in my platform. So I appreciate that.
No, yeah.
Appreciates that you support me on that stuff. But just if you don't know who Jordan Martinez is, Arizona boxing fans or the world, he's a super bantamweight fighter here out of Arizona. He's number 34 in the United States. Six fights, 5 KOs.
Yes,
20
sir.
years old, and I what I'm about to say, right?
Yeah.
I really had to think about it, all right? Because I really like Checo, right?
Mhm.
And Checo's the most exciting fighter here in Arizona. He brings the hype, knockouts. People love that.
Yeah.
But I would say, man, you're my favorite fighter right now.
Appreciate
Simply because your skill level and just I see so much potential in you. It's really it's beautiful to watch you fight.
Yeah.
Right. Especially if you like the sweet science. If you like boxing, you come to a Jordan Martinez fight, you see skills, you see aggression, you see athleticism, right? And so I'm so happy and super excited just to put you out there. But besides, we get to boxing, man. The
Okay.
holidays just happened. Obviously, Christmas just happened. So, how was your family? How was Christmas? What'd you get your kids, man? I didn't know you had 4 kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 2 of them. Well, one of them wasn't born yet, so at the time.
Mhm.
So, I mean, the other ones, we really got them. We only got them like one present, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because, we just didn't really think about it. So, we just
Yeah.
got them just that one present. That was pretty much it. But it was good, though. It was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What was out of all your presents that you got your kids? Okay. What is the favorite one, your most favorite one that you gave them?
Shit. My son Gordon, he had like a
Yeah.
little like carrito thing that you could just drive and stuff.
Oh, really? The
Yeah,
electric one?
Yeah, he could do donuts and stuff, and he just takes off wherever he goes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those are expensive too, man. Oh my
Those-
goodness gracious.
those good.
So okay, so New Year's, right? And obviously, there's some New Year's resolutions, right? I mean, people do those things. It's kind of a good kind of reset, right? January 1st. Going on this year, man, what do you think are some goals that you have throughout your boxing career, also just personal? Like, what are you trying to accomplish this year?
What I'm trying to accomplish is just actually fighting a prospect.
Okay.
That's my goal, to fight a prospect this year towards the end of the year, or whenever the opportunity comes. But that I'll look for it. I mean, I feel like I'm confident enough, and my skills will show that I'm willing to fight a prospect.
Okay.
So that's my goal this year.
Okay. Boxing aside, like just personal, like, what are some life goals that you have?
I mean, I wouldn't really be sure. You know what I mean? I mean, whatever life just brings me, I try to make the best out of it. That's
Okay.
it. So.
Oh, I like that, man. I like that. So, you're super young. You're 20 years old. You have a huge career and life ahead of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to know the root of how you started this journey of being a professional boxer, because it's crazy to think about. And you're a professional boxer, right? And this is the only probably sport to
Mm-hmm.
where you're a pro, but you get paid like you're not a pro, right?
Yeah.
So it's a hard journey that you chose, right? With 4 kids,
Mm-hmm.
with a supportive wife, right? Family, all this stuff. And so, how did the love of boxing come into your life?
I mean, when I was a kid, I mean, our family comes from a boxing thing,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, at first it was just watching them. My cousin that had passed away, I mean, he's the one that used to take me. And then he used to tell my mom to let me go with him and all that. But I was too little, so she was just like, no, wait till he gets older, you'll take him later. So, but when I found it, it was because of my cousin Perico. My cousin Perico,
Okay.
he's the one that, like, my tia, his mom, is the one that brought me into it. It was like, just bring him, just bring him. Plus, I was always fighting. So, yeah, my mom talked to Chewy, and Chewy's like, bring him, let's see what he got. And I ended up at the gym at age 13.
Okay. Are you talking about Axel?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
my
All
cousin, my
right. I
cousin.
didn't know you're your cousin.
Yeah, he's my cousin.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So, your cousin. All right. Let's talk about your cousin. I mean, what's his name?
Axel, Moises.
No,
Rosales.
the one that passed away. Sorry.
Oh, Isaac. Isaac.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's talk about let's give him his flowers. His
Mhm.
obviously he's not able to tell his story a little
Mhm.
bit about boxing. So, how good was he?
I mean,
tell me a little about him.
I was too little at the time. I was only
Mhm.
5 years old, so I didn't really know much. But everybody told me he was good. He had a hard punch. So
Mhm.
kind of like Perico in a way. A good
Mhm.
punch. So that's pretty much how I could like describe him as.
Okay, so you started boxing at 13, right?
Mhm.
You come into your first off, what was the first gym you went to?
Fuentes.
It was this one?
Well, I mean, not really. I mean, this is the one that I actually stayed at.
Uh-huh.
But when I was 7, I tried. I forgot what that gym was called. But my cousin, they don't know the name.
Uh-huh.
But I went there just probably like a week, I guess, and then I just didn't do it. And then I ended up here. And when I was 13, I just stayed here.
So when you first walk into this gym, I mean, you've been here since you're 13, which is kind of crazy, 7 years, right?
Mhm.
What is the first thing that comes to mind? You step into a boxing gym, you see it, you see people hitting the bag. It's fighters, man.
Mhm.
What do you think?
I was just trying to figure out how I could keep up with everybody. That's the only thing. And I was like, man, just watching everybody the way they, like the pros, watching Keenan and all them too, when they're pro. Just watching, I was like, let's see how I can be better, That's the only thing.
Okay, so the pros that when you coming up, you're 13 years old, you come here. Keenan was training here. Who else was training here?
I would see Keenan, Alexis Azueta.
Mm-hmm.
I seen Esparza. I forgot his real name though. That's pretty much about it that I remember. The only
Okay.
top 3 that I remember.
So seeing like these pro boxers, you're 13 years old, them grinding, working, where you're at right now, right? Trying to
Mhm.
get paid, right? Trying to make this into a big career.
Mhm.
How? I guess did any of them give you advice when you were younger that's really helped you right now?
Not when I was young, but the one I do pick up a lot of advice from is Keenan.
Okay.
Right now, sometimes if I'm like, I leave from here, I know his gym's up the street, so sometimes I'll stop by and just go have a talk with him, or when I'm having a fight, I end up talking to him about the fight or what he thinks is best for me also.
Mm-hmm.
So I really respect him for a lot, for him giving me advice and how to take things the right way.
Yeah, let's talk about Keenan, man, because Keenan's kind of morphed into a mentor.
Mhm.
I see. He's a boxing coach now,
Yeah.
and so I don't know if he's still fighting or not. I don't know if he's retired. I don't know what's going on, or is just waiting for the right opportunity.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty cool, man. I mean, like he's the knowledge that he's had. I mean, I think he's 33, 30. He's in his 30s, right?
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
Yeah, he's in his
early
30s, and so I like it that he's passing on his knowledge to you.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're a up-and-coming fighter, and it's only fair that he's kind of like a mentor to you, giving you advice, helping you with your whatever he sees, or even like the business part of it, and how to handle the pressure. Right.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. You have. All right. So you're 13 years old. You come here. You see these professional fighters. Let's talk about your first sparring experience. How was that?
Ooh, I don't really remember that one, but I think I probably got my hands, like, I got beat. I got beat, but I mean, from there, I wasn't scared to go with anybody, though. That's one thing that I did have, Sometimes they'll be like, nah, he has too much experience. Like, I would ask Chewy, hey, can I spar? And he'd be like, nah, they got too much experience. But I'll go around my way and be like, hey, can I spar with your fighter? And they'd be like, your coach says, is it cool? I'm like, yeah. But I would say yeah, but while he said no, just so
Yeah.
I could get in and get the experience.
Uh-huh.
So that's the only way I started really getting in there.
Okay, is that mindset?
Mhm.
This is a unique mindset, man. Not a lot of people have that mindset. You know, some people get their ass whipped and they're like, I'm never fighting again,
Mhm.
or they are scared, or they're like you, you're up for it, right?
Mhm.
You don't back down. Where did that mindset come from?
Just growing up in the hood. That's
Mhm.
like I said, in the neighborhood, and just the stuff that I went through just made me who I am.
Okay, so so does that mean like at a young age, you're already fighting, kind of in the
Yeah,
streets
yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah. That's why my mom brought me over here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're you're already fighting the streets. People knew, right? Like, hey,
Mm.
Moreno he has hands. Like, what the heck, right? Did you have built a reputation like that?
I mean, to be honest, not really. It was more like, I mean, they knew who like the group was that we used to hang around with.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I had homies that would fight and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So, me, I wouldn't fight like how people fight in school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like after school, I'm gonna fight this fight. Nah. Like if it was me, if I was walking and I bumped into somebody and it was altercation right there.
Uh-huh.
That's when we fight.
Okay.
It was never like a planned out fight after school or anything. It
Okay.
was just with whoever, whenever.
Okay.
So
So you're at a young age. You grew up. Like, what area did you grow up in?
On the east side.
On the east side.
Yeah, right on the east
Okay. What like East Phoenix, or like on like Mesa or
no,
Tempe?
I heard like on Roosevelt, I heard on
Okay,
the street.
on
from me.
Roosevelt?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
On the east side of Phoenix.
So at a young age, obviously tough neighborhood, right? Tough life. First of all, what school did you attend growing up? Like when you were like little.
Well, I went to a good amount of schools, but one that I really stayed at was at Gateway Elementary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're at Gateway Elementary. Obviously it's in a tough neighborhood. The people that you're hanging out with, right? Did they kind of like protect you from anything? Like protect you from anything bad, or were you just kind of like involved in just
We was
whatever
all
they're doing?
involved.
You're
Yeah, we was all
okay.
involved. It was all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're just
so-
a kid, right? Just
Yeah.
trying. You didn't know better.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's right or wrong, but you always gonna do the wrong until you learn your lesson.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
So your mom sees that, right? She says you're around probably not the wrong crowd. I don't know if you're getting fights more than often. I don't know. She brings you to the boxing gym, right? You have that first experience. When did you make that decision? Like, okay, I want to do this. I want to continue, start with the amateurs, and then potentially be a pro. When did you make that choice?
Well, it wasn't really a choice that I made, to be honest. But when I really took it in consideration is when I turned 17, 16, 17. When I had my daughter, and then I had a little thing that happened out of life. During life and stuff like that, and it woke me up. It gave me a wake up call. I said, I gotta do this.
Okay.
I had to do this because if I end up here, it's gonna go south. It's gonna go bad. So that's when I made that choice.
So you had your first child when you were 17?
16.
16.
Yeah,
Okay.
16. I had barely turned 16.
Okay.
So I had barely turned 16.
So you 16 years old, you're a dad. That's a fighter's mentality too. I mean,
Yeah.
just to be a dad at 16 and want to pursue this, right?
Mhm.
And just even be there for your kid. I admire that. And so you're 16, you're a dad. How did you handle that pressure? Or was there any pressure at all that you feel being a dad?
Yeah, there was, all of us ain't ready to be a parent.
Mhm.
No matter what age you are, if you got everything settled or not, nobody's ever ready for that. But when it came, it's just like you can't do nothing about it. The only thing you do is just step up to the plate. And don't let that ever distract you.
Mhm.
So, I still came. She would always come with me all the time still, come to the gym. And she'll be the one watching the baby while I'm over here training. Because I respect her so much for the stuff that she's always been with me through, especially when it comes to this. Because she knows how much I love it and how much this means to me. So
Okay.
that's one thing.
That's awesome that you have someone supportive like that, right? Especially at a young age. Think about it. You're 16 years old, and hey, I want to pursue this boxing stuff, and you have a child, and was it a girl or boy?
Yeah, it was a girl. Yeah.
So probably gave you so much motivation because it was a girl, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so she supported. Let's give some flowers to your wife, your girlfriend. Is she your wife or your girlfriend?
This is my girl.
Okay, she's your girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about her supportness, right? Like, she's been there, she's taking care of your child. Like, how much does she mean to you, man?
A lot. There's so much. That's all I can say. There's so much, respect her for everything. I said that's the only thing I could really leave it at that. She means so much.
Okay, so 17, you had your first kid.
16.
Now 16.
Yeah.
You have 4 more kids or 3 more kids after that, man. That's awesome, man, because you're gonna be a super young dad, right? You're gonna be 30 years old. Your kids are gonna be 10, right? 40, your kids are gonna be close to 18, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to, hold the mitts for them. So that's kind of a benefit that if you think about a positive side that you had your kids young. So you said earlier about a experience. Do you care to like even talk about that? You just said you had experience that really changed your life. Do you want to share that at all?
Nah.
No. Okay. Good. All right. No,
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
I get
can,
it. I get it. So you had that experience, right? Same Gerald, you had kids. Okay. Now a lot of people don't really know about your amateur career, right? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your amateur career. What are your like accolades that you made? Maybe some story you could tell us about the amateurs.
I mean, the amateur, I didn't really do much fights. I only did 21 fights. I only won 3 belts, 3 trophies, and like 2 medals. So I ain't really have a good amateur background. So,
Okay.
because I started I wouldn't really pay attention to it. Also, when I was 13, I started, but it was never something that I wanted to do. Because I was smoking weed and you know what I mean, out there, and I told myself I'm gonna just bring my mom 1 belt, so I could tell her like I could do this, but I choose to do this. That was my mindset as a kid. I was like, I know I could do this. I could do the good, but I'm doing this because it's what I want to do. Was thinking hanging with the homies. That's what I wanted to do. But I don't know. For some reason, it just turned into something that I wanted to do. Because one time, when I won my first belt, it was me, a couple homies, and my mom's ex. So we ended up smoking hotboxing, in the car or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just watching my video, and I was just looking at it, and I had an eighth of bud in my hand. And I was like, damn, I'm good at what I do, which was boxing. And I was just looking, I was like, do I want to do this, or do I want to keep up with this? I just remember I gave the homie the eighth, I hopped out the car. I said, that's what I'm going to choose. And I chose boxing ever since.
And just like that.
Yeah.
You made that choice. That's powerful, man. That's powerful for people to even hear that, right? You literally had a red and blue pill.
Yeah.
Right? And you chose the red pill, right? So your high school days, all right? What high school did you go to?
I went to Robert L. Duffy. It was a charter high school.
Okay.
But
So-
it's on 24th Street in Washington.
So I mean, just based off your like your fighting style and just the way you fight, man, you're like super athletic, right? Did you play any other sport?
I mean, I did basketball, soccer, and football. Flag football, I didn't do no tackle. But I did those other sports. But I ain't none caught my attention like this.
Okay. But you multi-sport athlete. Like how athletic are you, Jordan? Because sometimes I feel like, man, you're like Teofimo Lopez athletic. I feel like you could do a backflip. Like how athletic are you?
I used to do bad. I used to be able to do all that, but until I busted my face, I said it's the last.
You did?
Yeah, I said it's the last time.
When did that happen?
Ooh, I was like 11. Yeah, 'cause I used to do backflips off the walls and like jump off stuff. And I remember one time we was dancing. I was like, I'm gonna do a backflip off the wall. I missed the wall. I still tried to flip myself and boom, scraped my face. Yeah, I said that's the last time I do this.
But yeah, I mean, I could tell. Like you could just tell in your fighting style. Like this guy's athletic. He's an athlete. I would like if you would have said like I was a football player or like I'm a wrestler or track and field, and I was like, one of the best. It wouldn't have surprised me. Simply because you're. I mean, just the way you move, man. The way you move, it's not normal. You're gifted.
Yeah.
Right. When it comes down to your athletic ability. And when I first saw you fight, it was that Iron Boy event, probably like 2 or 3 times, months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember just seeing you, man. Oh, it was when you fought the kid from Tucson.
Oh, that was the first time you saw me?
Yep, first
Because
time
I fought
saw you.
Dorame before him.
Really?
Yeah, I fought Marco Dorame.
Okay, but it was probably him then. It was probably him.
Yeah, but I think the actual fight that you actually see me fight was with the Tucson kid.
Yeah. And that fight was, oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was like just the crowd was in it. People got their money's worth. That was probably like $100,000 fight, right? And everyone got paid like, $50 to see it, right?
Yeah.
It was an amazing fight, and that's when I said, "Who is this kid?" I said, "Who's Jordan Martinez?" Like I gotta. First off, I want to sit down and talk to him. I want to see more of him. He's from Phoenix, Arizona. Like, oh my gosh, we this is something special, right? And I just remember seeing you box, right? And noticing your skill level. Like, how did you pick up your IQ in boxing? Like, where does that come from?
Just training every day and sparring. Just trying to spar people that are better than you, and that's what's always gonna make you perfect. It's gonna get you to where you need to be. You know, so that's where I think the IQ comes from, and then just training, like I said, learning how to use the ring and how to think, stay not fold under pressure, not panic, no nothing. So that's a lot of things.
Okay, so your coach obviously is teaching you a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you're I guess the people you've sparred with, right? Who's besides Keenan? You probably sparred Keenan,
That's
right?
what Keenan.
Sparred Keenan. He's giving you knowledge. Who else have you sparred that's kind of giving you that hand me down knowledge?
I sparred Donito Donaire.
Ooh.
So I got some experience from him. Then I sparred Kazuto Ioka.
Mm-hmm.
So those are like two. I don't know some other guy from Japan also, but he was out there in Vegas. Cause we had went to Vegas with Demetrius and them. They took me out there.
Okay. So what did Nonito tell you?
Oh, he just told me that I got a good punch, you know, but there's a couple things I still need to work on. And I had the video on my other phone. And he was just saying, like, when you throw for the body punches, because every time I get, like, had somebody on the ropes, I kind of, like, panic a little to throw a punch just so I won't get countered.
Mm-hmm.
So he just told me just throw the combination fast as you can and pull out and then come back again and attack, you know.
Okay.
So that's pretty much the only thing. But other than that, he said everything's good. My power is good. My punch is good,
So your power is probably one of your most dangerous things about you, right?
Mm.
But do you have a certain punch that you like to throw? That is it the right? Is it the left hook? You're
I'm both.
You're both.
Yeah.
Okay. It's freaking athletic. Yeah. What's your best punch?
To be honest, whatever punch lands, and it's the one that gets you, you know, because I could rely on every punch I throw.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every punch is accurate. Yeah, sometimes I miss, but most of them, when they land, you know, so.
Yeah, and that's the thing that comes apparent, right? Just seeing you fight. What stands out is the way you move, very athletic, very quick, very fast, twitchy, but also when you punch, everyone hears it.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom, everything. Even when you hit gloves, you hear that thump, right? And yeah, man, it's Arizona boxing fans. If you don't never seen him like live, I would advise you see him live. But even just seeing him like in camera, you just see like a huge difference between you and the other fighter, right?
Yeah.
So you want to accelerate your career, right? Pretty quickly is how I'm seeing it, because you just fought. You know, your last fighter had a bunch of fights, a couple hundred, like 100 fights, and so I guess that approach, right? Very, very popular. A lot of fighters are wanting to do that, right? Get a contender, probably in 10 or 15 fights, maybe get a title shot.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, how are you trying to navigate that? You know, you say you want to talk to you want to fight a contender. Is there anyone right now that you see like, hey, this is who I want, that I feel like is gonna get me a little bit more recognition?
Yeah, like the one that I think, to be honest, I don't even care about mentioning his name. Cash flow.
Cash flow.
Yeah, Floyd Diaz.
Wow. That'd be interesting, man.
That would be a good
That'd
fight.
be interesting.
You know, yeah, he's good. I'm not gonna take nothing away from him. You know, he's good, but I know he's a prospect. He's a prospect, but I don't feel like he could do what I could do.
Yeah, because his name's Floyd Cashflow Diaz, right?
Yeah, Floyd Cashflow Diaz.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen him. Because I know, another YouTuber that does this. I think his name is Luis, right? Luis. He's kind of think friends with them. Do you know who I'm talking about? Box Talk.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Luis Madrid, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I know Cashflow, because he promotes him, and so that would be interesting. Now, would you want to fight him? I think he's from California, like out of state or in Arizona, anywhere.
Wherever, it don't matter.
Okay.
Whatever gives me the most exposure to get my name out there and to show who I really am.
Okay.
I say I don't think he got what it takes.
Okay. All right. Floyd Cashflow Diaz, the guy over here. We got Moreno calling you out. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, you can make it happen. You know what I mean? But it's all on my team, though. You know, because I the only thing I can say is what I want to do, but it's really up to my team, because it's not just a me thing. You know, I really like what my team says too. So, but that's really all up to them, though.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about fatherhood, man. I have 2 girls.
Okay.
What do you think has been the most, I guess, most important thing you've learned about fatherhood?
To be honest, just be patient with them and just watch them grow. Well, cherish every little moment that you have with them. That's one thing I could say.
Yeah, because you bring your kids when you train.
Yeah.
Right. Do they go to your fights at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they all do.
Okay. Yeah, and because I know a lot of fighters don't do that, right? I guess they don't want their kids to see them, get their dad get here, whatever. And so, what would you say was your first, or your favorite fatherhood moment when you first were like a dad?
Probably when I was in amateurs.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember I was fighting this one kid, and the bell had rung, and I sat down on my stool,
Hmm.
and my daughter was trying to go up in the ring.
Really?
Yeah,
And
she
you
was.
just see her, she's like,
Yeah, and she ended up grabbing her. I was like, damn, she's all trying to get up there and stuff. So that's one thing I could say that was the best.
okay, that's awesome. You know what I mean?
I mean, besides watching them be born, of course, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's one thing I could say.
Um, Born and raised here in Arizona, man. Obviously, I see you have a Suns shirt. You know, you rep Arizona. How does, I guess, are you fighters like you, right? I get really excited because I see the love that you have for the state, just like
Mhm.
how I have. You know, I only do Arizona fighters, right? I don't go venture out. I mean, I used to do that, but I really decided, hey, I'm gonna get the fighters coming up here in Arizona. I'm gonna push Arizona fighters. Simply because Arizona, I keep saying it, man. It used to be a mecca of boxing.
Mhm.
Fighters used to come over here to spar. Trainers used to come over here. I mean, it's a great. I mean, never rains, right? You could
Yeah.
train year round, and so putting Arizona on the map, man. What you're doing is helping other fighters like Demetrius,
Yeah.
right? Paving his way on him. Like, how do you take that responsibility? Like, is that have you even thought about that? Like, kind of like Moreno, like you're so gifted, like the sky's the limit for you. And
Mhm.
like, let's say you become, like a David Benavidez, but even bigger because David Benavidez, like he's from Arizona, but like, yeah, there hasn't been like a Michael Carbajal effect of a fighter yet,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah, yeah. Now I
Like
see
there,
what you're
there,
saying.
there
Yeah.
hasn't been that, right? And I'm still waiting for that fighter, right? Checo, he's like right there, right? He's maybe a couple big fights, gets a title shot, man. He's bringing fights over here,
Yeah.
and everyone's hyped, and it's like wow. But the Michael Carbajal, right? Like who's gonna be that next one? Like, have you thought about that? You thought like, man, it'd be cool to
I
be a
ain't.
good like Arizona fighter like that, you know?
Nah, I think now you think about it. Yeah.
Okay,
I've always thought about that. I want to be bigger than him.
okay.
I want to be bigger than Michael Carbajal because I want to be like anybody. I want to be.
Hmm.
I want to be different and be bigger. So that's one.
That'd be man. A lot of people don't know, man, how Arizona boxing fans are. We're huge boxing fans. Like the boxing community here in Arizona is is okay. If you're in it, it's huge.
Hmm.
If you're not in it, it's
Yeah.
small,
Yeah.
right? Like people don't understand like our amateurs. We have a big amateur community,
Hmm.
but there's no boxing, there's no amateur events here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this year they're trying to do more, right? More
Yeah.
amateur events. And also like the pro fighters, man. There's a lot of really great pro fighters here, man, that don't fight pro yet.
Because they
Right?
don't lock eyes over here. To be
Hmm.
honest, every like California, like even the top promoter, they don't lock eyes over here. They're just worried about where they're at. Cause there's a lot of talent out here,
Hmm.
and we just don't get no recognition for anything. The whole state, matter of fact, the whole state don't get no recognition for it. I feel like we're like the state that's dead, basically.
So how do you think, like in your opinion, how does that change?
I wouldn't even know. The only way I could say if it could change, it would be best for everybody. Cause now they got a lot of fighters from here.
Hmm.
Because they just gotta lock eyes over here. They had shows here like Navarrete. I think when he fought Valdez, right?
Hmm.
They could just easily look around and see other fighters around.
Mhm.
Stay here for a little bit longer, check out, see what's going on out here.
Okay.
But if they never do, it's because they don't want to pay attention to it. So that's all that.
So, I haven't even asked you this, but who's your favorite fighter, like of all time and right now?
All time, Mike Tyson. That's one. I got Mike Tyson and Prince Nassim. Those are my top two.
Prince Nassim.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's I haven't heard that. I haven't heard anybody say that actually.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. Cause my brother's the one that actually like showed me him when I was like
Mhm.
younger. And he's like, hey, I feel like you got the style like him. You can move
Mhm.
like him. The footwork. So I checked them out, liked them. But the top two that I have here, I'll say Tank, probably Lomachenko.
Okay. So, talking about Arizona fighters here, right? Just right now, the pro boxing scene, right? Take you out of the equation, right? Who do you see coming up? On Checo, right?
Hmm.
But and excluding Keenan Carbajal, or not Keenan Carbajal, excluding David Benavidez because he's already there.
Yeah.
We'll throw in, obviously Checo's in there. Obviously, uh, Jesus. what's his name? Jesus.
Ramos.
Yeah.
Ramos.
Jesus Ramos Mono.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you see right now at being like the one, like the guy that's like, okay, he's coming up next in Arizona?
Me and Demetrius.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Demo.
Yeah, and so let's talk about Demetrius, right? Let's give him some love right now. So I actually did an interview with him when he was 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he was my height at 15 years old. He was a big boy, and let's talk about him because not a lot of people know about him. Like talk about Demetrius. I mean, I really don't know him. You know him more than me.
I mean, all I can say, we're like brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we try to better each other every time.
Mm-hmm.
So like if he's hitting the bag, the last time we were doing 30 seconds, you know, he was hitting the bag. I was on a different bag. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come to this bag. You know what I mean? So we were both at the same bag, so we could push each other. And that's one thing we had, that we spread love with each other. You know, one of us is not like, we're not trying to see who's better than who's better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We try to just help each other get better together and grow together.
Yeah, because Demetrius, I mean, how tall is he? He's like 5'10"?
No, he's tall.
Yeah,
I'm short, so he's tall.
Yeah,
so, he's taller than me.
Well, he's taller than me too. I'm 5'8", so I think he's almost 6 foot. He's like probably 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, 5'10", 5'11".
He's a big. I mean, he might be fighting at 140, 147.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big boy, and I mean, I know there's no. I mean, he's about to fight his first fight this next weekend, right, with you?
Yeah, this weekend coming up Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So this weekend, and I'm excited to see what he has.
I'm really excited too. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen him put in the work. He don't stop training. That's all I can tell you. Monday through Sunday, he's up in here. You know, so he's always training. You know, so just watching him, it actually inspires me too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's younger than me, and inspires me more. Like I gotta get on my stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm.
more. So I gotta come train more. You know, so that's one thing I love about him.
So like seeing having Demetrius as kind of like your boxing buddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pushing you. Where do you guys usually go? Like besides this gym, right? Like what mountains do you guys go run? You know, what is like your like how do you know, because you run hills, right? You run
We run mountains. We haven't hit no mountains together. I'm trying to take him to one mine.
Okay.
But no, we only hit like Phoenix College before, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like PC, you know, do the sprints, the stairs. That's pretty much about it. So, but I'm trying to take him to his one mine, but we haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll probably take him tomorrow or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I remember you told me, right? You've had kind of like a unique life, right? Let's just say that, right? What is the most impactful moment besides you red pill, blue pill moment you've had that's really shaped you as a man?
Mm-hmm. Just like I said, the way I grew up was hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, been through a lot, so it really made me like the way I am now. You know, so that's pretty much all I can say. You know.
Well, I mean, do you care to go in a little bit of detail about that? Like, you said the way you grow up, right? Was it like, just like, you didn't have that much? I
can say we didn't have nothing. There's times that we did have some, but it wasn't even what it really was, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we had more of nothing than actually had of something. So that's how it was.
And was it your mom and dad, right?
Yeah, my mom and dad. Well, I didn't have them like that growing up.
Okay.
I didn't have my dad. My dad had left us at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom was the one really trying to take care of us, but she couldn't even do it either. So that's why we was out and about our own thing.
And do you think that's like not having a dad, that's really shaped you being like such a great dad, right? And being there for your kids.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's one thing. Like, I always tell myself, like, I don't want to do my kids the way my dad really did us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know he'll probably watch it later on, you know, but I mean, he's gonna have his own opinion.
Yeah.
But it's different from when you're growing up and seeing it than them trying to brainwash, because they could brainwash you as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get older and you see everything, they ain't gonna be able to tell you no different.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't see him that much growing up. Yeah, I talk to him still, you know, but when he tries to give me father advice, I don't take it, because when I needed it, he ain't give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I don't need it no more, basically, I just don't need it.
So growing up, who did you see as like a father figure?
My grandpa.
Okay.
Yeah, my grandpa. That's one person I could say, you know. He took us all in, you know what I mean? We had nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
My dad had left us. So my mom, we ended up going back to my grandparents, and we ended up staying there, you know. So that's where we grew up.
Okay. And I guess your grandpa, right? I mean, what is some advice, or share a moment with them with your grandpa like that's really you can't forget?
Oh, he told me one thing, because the only thing he told me is just when I started boxing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when he found out I had, my family, I was going, a bigger family too.
Uh-huh.
He told me there's only two things you could do: either you bust your ass in work, or bust your ass in the gym. I said, all right, that's one thing that I took in forever, and I said I'm gonna bust my ass in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I took.
Wow. And is your grandpa, is he still alive?
Yeah.
Okay. How old is your grandpa then?
How old is my grandpa? Like 70, 68, almost 70. Yeah.
68.
Almost
Okay.
70.
All right. That's about my dad's 68.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's pretty young.
Yeah.
He's a young grandpa.
Yeah.
So moving on forward, right? You have a fight on Saturday, right? And it's gonna be in Mexico, right? What part of Mexico?
San Luis, Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know who you're fighting, or is it someone that is it?
I don't even. I mean, I forgot his name, but I don't know, some guy from out there.
Mhm.
I mean, it's on Chris's page. You have Chris on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll show you right there on the page and stuff while fighting.
Okay, and Demetrius is fighting there.
Mhm.
Any other Arizona fighters that we should know that's gonna fight in that card?
His name is Felicia. I think he's fighting there.
Felicia?
Yeah, he's at Sonny's. He fought one of the Iron Boy shows. He fought at Iron Boy show. I forgot who he fought, but yeah, I think he's fighting there too.
What weight class is he?
I don't think 54.
154. I don't know.
He's good though. He's right there in that poster right there.
I think I see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he the guy in the left?
Oh yeah, on the left side, yeah, on top. Left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen him.
So he's fighting there. He's good. He's good.
So, let's talk about Fuentes Boxing Gym, right? Your boxing coach. Like, how much has this gym meant to you? Because I mean, look at it. I mean, right now, I'll, like, grab the camera once we're all done, and I'll kind of do another like a panoramic view of it. But like, this is like it's the dungeon, right? It's like it feels like an old school boxing gym. Like, coming here to train, like, how does that motivate you?
It motivates me a lot because everybody shows love here. So when I come, it's all love. You can feel the love, and just being here it means a lot, especially with Chewy, especially with my coach Frank, and Demo's uncle too, Al. It's just the way we bond up together to get ready for any fight. Man, it's just family. It's just family.
Yeah, man, because I like gyms like this, and you don't really know the boxing gyms here.
Yeah.
Right, and you don't really know that we have really good boxing gyms. Old school's good. Here's cool. Central's pretty good. Broadway's a sleeper.
Okay.
There's a lot of good boxing gyms here in Arizona that people just if you don't know, if you're not in the boxing community, you're not gonna know that this is here because it's hidden.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's why I like to give love these boxing gyms, right? Because
but this one the best.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you do. I mean, you got to give your love to where you're at. I get it.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first came here, right? Actually, was when Demetrius was training when I did his first interview.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't believe it. I said, "This is a boxing gym." There's like construction over there going on over there. It just throws you off, right? It's like just like a dungeon, right? Come in here, you don't see the you close the doors, you don't see the work that's
you probably think
here.
it's just a storage thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this year, man, how many fights are you thinking about getting?
8.
Wow. That's a
8.
lot.
Yeah. I mean, I did 3 fights in like under a year and a half. I mean, a month and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you have that mindset because, yeah, if you want to be like to the level of like maybe getting to Showtime or just like the Zone, or Showtime does not even do a thing no more actually, like the Zone or any platform,
PBC
right?
still around though, right?
Yeah, PBC still around.
Okay.
And so like Carlos Castro, Keenan Carbajal, David Benavides, Jesus Ramos, Abel Ramos. If you look at their boxing rec, like in 1 year, they've all had like a crazy year, like 8 fights, 9 fights, maybe 10 fights, right? And so I'm glad that you have that mindset because if you get like think about it, if you get like 8 fights, if you even get just 5 fights, you're like 10-0, right? No, 11-0, right? If you have 8 fights, like you're right there at the 12, 11, right? And you do that again, or even you go half of that.
That's 20.
Yeah, you're right there, right? And right there, knocking on either contender or maybe even sooner, right? You want to get one sooner. So that's like the advice I always tell fighters, right? Too. It's like, hey man, you gotta fight, you gotta stay in the gym, which you stay in the gym, right?
You gotta stay consistent.
Yeah, but stay consistent in fighting too. Like if you're
Mhm.
not cut, if you're not too like you can fight again, right?
Mhm.
And so that's awesome. You have that mindset because that's gonna give you the recipe to success.
Yeah.
Um, so let's talk about your style, man, because you got some style.
Yeah.
You know, you have a nice swag to you, man. Is that something that you just growing up here in Phoenix you've had?
Yeah, it's just the same. Like I said, when I was younger, we didn't have nothing. So
Mhm.
I mean, now that I could put some clothes together and make
Yeah.
me look nice, why not? You know, that's one thing.
Are you like really? What are you really into? Like, what are your like? Is it like shoes? Is it shirts?
To be honest, I don't even pay attention to none of that.
No, you just whatever.
Yeah, like whatever I have, like even if I get it, if it means something to me, it's gonna
Uh-huh.
mean something to me. You know, it's like I don't care. I'm not a materialistic person, so
Okay, so besides boxing,
all right.
okay, what are your hobbies? Like, what are some things that people don't know about you that you like?
Shooting dice for one.
Shooting dice.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah, shooting craps, but that too. But I mean, I cut hair too. And like you know what I mean. I do.
You're a barber?
Not a barber, like a light. I'm
Oh,
a
okay.
hood barber. You know what I mean? I'm a hood barber. So yeah, you know. So that's one thing. So I mean, that's one
Okay.
thing I like to do. You know, I have a lot of things I like to do. So I mean, you can't tell. Come on here.
Oh, really? You cut your own
Yeah,
hair?
come on.
Okay.
Sounds-
How do you do? Do you do it with the mirror?
Yeah, I have a little mirror. So.
Okay. How did that even? You just get in for the barber and just like I gotta cut my hair. I gotta learn it.
Damn. I think it was when the haircut prices started going crazy.
Uh huh.
So then I was like, damn, I'm just gonna learn it. You know, one day
Mhm.
I'm gonna just learn it. And I would only do the sides because I didn't have a full mirror.
Uh-huh.
So I would just do the sides. I would leave myself all fucked up. And then like you know, but that's why I have practice because nobody else let me practice on them.
Uh-huh.
You know, so like, I just practice on myself. My hair grow back, and from there just started getting better, watching videos and just getting better.
Okay.
That's
So
pretty
yeah, that's cool. You. That's like a skill, but after boxing you could pursue.
Yeah,
If you think about it.
that's a backup plan.
Yeah.
That's a backup plan just in case.
That'd be cool, man. Think about it, like 20 years, you know, you or 30 years or whatever, however long your boxing career lasts, right? And all of a sudden, you got your own barber shop. You know,
Sure,
you're doing
yeah.
it. You got
Yeah.
your kids there. Maybe they're barbers too, man.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Okay, so that's one of your hobbies, right? Is cutting hair,
Mhm.
right? But what else? What like is it
Guns.
guns?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
guns. Yeah, no, I mean, I like putting them apart and just cleaning them and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I like guns too.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about your like it's kind of like a hobby, but kind of like what type of music do you listen to? What yeah.
Yeah,
type of
just
music.
like rap, oldies, corridos, you know.
Okay.
There's a couple of music I like.
Your favorite artist right now?
Right, Chito Ranas.
Okay.
Chito Ranas from California.
Okay. Chito Ranas. I haven't heard of him. I'm gonna look him up.
Alright.
Now here in Arizona, there's been a lot of a lot of good promoters coming, right? There's Del Sol, there's Iron Boy. Obviously, you fight for Iron Boy. You know, there's Sweet Science at one point, and
Mhm.
you're fighting under them, right? Are you? I guess are you signed with Iron Boy? No?
No, just management.
Okay, so just management. So, is there a are you looking to fight in all platforms? Are you looking to fight one?
Well-
how does that work for you?
If I tell you the truth, I reached out to Del Sol, tried to.
Uh-huh.
Nothing.
Okay.
You know, so it's cool. I ain't even tripping about him. I mean, I talked to Gabriel. I still talk to Gabriel.
Mhm.
But nah, I had asked him before too. But nah. you
That's
know.
interesting. That's interesting that I mean usually Del Sol just picks up the phone, right?
Mhm.
But maybe just they're over they have their fighters, right, that they want to just promote.
Yeah, and that's cool. I understand that, you know.
Mhm.
But nah, I ain't worried.
Is Perico's with them,
Yeah,
right?
Perico's with
Okay.
us, so yeah. That's my So.
Yeah, so how's Perico doing, man?
He's good. He's chilling. I think he went to the shooting range the other day, so yeah, he's chilling.
Yeah, is he training right now? Is he getting prepared
Yeah,
for
yeah.
anything?
I don't know. I think I knew he's having a fight in March. I think is it March, somewhere around there. And yeah, but I've been seeing him. He goes to the gym in the morning and in the night. You know, like the afternoon. So just watching him. He's
Yeah.
good.
Have you ever sparred him?
Nah, recently. Not recently. I mean, the last time I sparred was over at the other gym.
Mhm.
I think I was like, goddamn, 13, 14 when I sparred him.
Mhm.
But it was just work, you know, because he's way bigger than me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he way bigger than me. So
well, Perico's. I mean, he gets when he's not fighting, he gets
he's like,
big.
yeah, 160, 170.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and he's a tall guy too,
Mhm.
man. Yeah, I mean, so like, I mean, there's a lot of upcoming fighters like you, like yourself, right? There's Perico, Suavecito, Maximus, Demetrius, all those fighters, man. Like when you see all these fighters coming from Arizona, man. Like, do you see them as like, hey, we're all in it together. Like, let's put Arizona on the map, or do you want to fight any of those fighters?
I wouldn't even say like we're all together in one because they all do their thing. But that I look at them, I don't even care about fighting none of them because in the end we're local. We're all really trying to find a way to make it to the next level. The thing is we're all trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
That's the thing, we're all trying to get out of here. So it makes no sense if I fight somebody from Arizona and I mess up his record or he messes up mine.
Yeah.
While we're trying to fight somebody that has a big name. So that's one thing.
You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad, and I asked that question to fighters, right, when I do this type of stuff, because that's exactly the mindset that we should have. Because, yeah, I mean, at one point, if we're like blowing up, right, like if Arizona's like the spot, then okay, it makes sense.
If you're a world champion, you guys both have to fight each other, and y'all both from Arizona. Yeah, make it happen. You know, I mean, I did fight Suavecito in the amateurs.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that?
Oh yeah, I lost. Yeah, I lost. You know, but I didn't prepare for that fight. I didn't. Like, I think I was out for like 6-7 months, and I told my trainer, hey, let's fight it. Cause he's like, you want to fight it? I'm like, yeah, let's fight it. It was Golden Gloves. I think I only just ran 1 week and cut weight that whole week, but I was out for 6-7 months, no training, no mids, no physicals, and I just fought like that. But I lost.
Yeah, cause you and Suavecito, I didn't even think about it. You and Suavecito are
same weight class.
Yeah, same weight class, same age, right? Yeah, I mean, if you guys are both champions, it would make sense to fight each other. But like, that's the one thing that, like, I would like to see, right? Is like, Arizona fighters not fight each other, fight separate, get big, and then come fight, right?
Yes, and that will make everybody here, like from Arizona, like fan base and stuff, come together and we'll watch a good fight, Arizona fight, you know.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, when you think about it, like, look, the kid you fought from Tucson, he's from Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Think about how many fans you had. Think about that fight. But like, not a lot of people saw that. You know what I mean? Like, dang.
But I like, he was supposed to fight some other guy, right? So I've been watching his fights. He was one of my bucket list.
Really?
Cause I was like, I seen him. He fought Cash Flow. So I was like, that'll probably be one step to get closer to Cash Flow.
Okay.
But I know I beat somebody that he's beat, or even beat all the fighters he's beat. I'm on his ass. You know, that's the only way I'll probably be able to get to the prospect.
So you're it's a carefully mapped, right?
I put all this stuff in my head, before I do anything. So when that fight came to me, they're like, "Do you want to fight him?" And I was working around the night, so I didn't really train as good for that fight. But I don't make an excuse the way my performance was. I wasn't happy with my performance. I knew I could have knocked his ass out if I would have prepared the way I needed to.
Yeah.
But I didn't, because I was only coming 3 days out of the week. Because of my job, it wasn't letting me,
Okay.
come to the gym as much. So, but I don't know. He wants a rematch, but we gotta talk to my team. It's not beneficial. He don't got nothing,
Okay.
If I beat him again, it's not gonna make no sense.
Yeah. So when it comes down to like that fight, right? I mean, at an early career, right? At an early career, you had a super exciting fight, right? And a fight that really challenged you. I mean, when you're there and you're fighting this fighter you're throwing a punch and he's hitting you and it's close. I mean, did you guys?
Majority.
Yeah, majority.
Decision,
right?
Yeah.
And so, when you see someone that's like, okay, he earned your respect, right? Like, how did you deal with that, and how were you able to handle that pressure fighting someone that's like, it was close to an even fight, right? It was really, it was a tie. People would have been like, all right, been cool. Happy with it. You know what I mean? So how did you handle that?
The way, like, when I found out I was main event, because that was the main event fight, I was like, damn. I was trying to get a hold of Keenan, but I was just all over the place thinking of so much stuff. I was like, because I was going to talk to Keenan and ask Keenan, how do you handle the pressure, knowing you're the main event. And it was early in my career, It was, 3-0, going to my fourth fight. Because I never had that much of a big crowd to lock eyes on the main fight. So I was like, how do I do it, So I was trying to get some advice for Keenan, and I had talked to Keenan after the fight. He's like, you should have called me. So, but it was a lot of pressure for that fight.
Yeah, so you're there in the ring, all right? You're getting this adversary. You're throwing punches. He's throwing punches at you. You're hearing like the crowds and Like at one point, you say like, man, am I losing this fight, or are you like, I got this, I got this.
No, I know I wouldn't say like I was losing the fight, but I know I was getting hit a lot than I usually do.
Okay.
So I was like, God damn, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna just pressure his ass. I seen his ass running. I was like, he's scared. You know, he felt the punch. I'm pretty sure he felt the punch. If he was running the whole time, he could say that, oh, I'll box you. Yeah, he landed good shots. It was a good back and forth fight. But the whole time he paid attention to the fight, I'm on him. I kept pushing him back the whole time. So that's why I knew he was scared.
Yeah, man, that was a badass fight, man. That gave me flashbacks of Sharky and
Benavidez.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
was it
not Benavidez. It was Sharky fought Martinez, other Martinez.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Nah.
I think it's Jose. His name is Jose.
Okay.
But they fought in the Celebrity Theater, and it was another big fight, man. Another big Arizona fight. I remember Sharky got like a car.
Oh yeah, I heard that he got what was it like a Maserati or something?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah,
After the fight, they
yep.
gave him a Maserati.
Yep, he got one. There's a video up there that I had that were, I was showing that after the fight in the Celebrity Theater. It's kind of nuts to even think about, and yeah, it was cool, man.
Man, my next fight, somebody better bring mine as a Bentley. Shit.
Bentley, exactly. All right, so you have obviously you've thought about how you have things mapped out in your career, right?
Yeah.
What is one of your goals, like in 5 years? Let's say 5-year plan, right? And you don't have to go in detail.
Okay.
But pick one thing you really want to accomplish in 5 years.
Like for my career,
Mm-hmm.
man, I don't even got to plan it for 5 years. I got to plan it for next year.
Okay.
I want to be a world champion.
Next year, a world champion at probably, 10 fights? You're going to get knocked. People are going to be knocking on your door, Golden Boy, PBC, or maybe, whoever, if Iron Boy picks you up. I don't know how that's going to work, but just know if you're a world champion by
21.
Yeah, by 21?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll be 21 because I'm about to be 21 already. So,
Okay.
yeah.
When's your birthday?
January 21st.
Okay.
When I'm in Mexico, when I'm over there fighting, the next day's my birthday. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm fighting the 20th.
That's, all right.
Yeah.
You got it. Well, so you gonna stay over there or you gonna come back over here?
I want to come right back. I'm trying to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to eat. So.
Okay, let's talk about what is your favorite type of food?
That's a good question. I mean, it all really depends what I'm craving, but mostly like every time after wings, pizza and wings.
Okay.
Pizza and wings. I think I can stick with that.
Do you have a spot that you go to all the time?
Just Peter Piper or long ones.
Peter Piper, you like Peter Piper? Okay, long.
Or long ones, yeah.
Okay, so all right, so let's get to know you a little bit more, right? So your favorite pizza or favorite meal after the after weigh-ins, pizza and wings, or after the fight?
After wings.
Oh, after the weigh-ins.
Yeah, pizza and wings.
What about after the fight?
Whatever comes to me, whatever's in front of me, I'm gonna tear that up.
Can you cook though? Can you cook?
That ain't no question.
Yeah, you can cook.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, let's get it. See, is it?
Ask her who showed her how to cook.
All right, so Jordan Martinez could cook. All right, so you could be a barber, maybe own a little food truck in the future. We'll see. But what is your main dish to cook? We're like, hey man, Jordan, you got to make this. We love it that you can make it.
Damn, probably homemade carne asada fries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like my number one thing I would like to cook. So.
What about like? So is it Mexican food?
Yeah, I like Mexican food. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool that you know how to cook. Cause not a lot of guys know how to cook. Man, I barely know how to cook, right? So it's cool that you're confident like that. I know how to cook Mexican food. What other dishes can you cook Mexican that people would consider hard? But you're like, I got this. Like I got tamales if you know how to, or menudo,
Nah, I don't know.
whatever.
I never tried to make them.
Okay.
I never tried to make tamales or any of that, but I know I'll be able to make them. If I was to try to cook them, yeah, I know I'll be able to.
Okay, that's pretty cool, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
imagine Jordan Martinez tamales, son tamales.
I mean, when I was younger, I wanted to be a chef.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was younger, cause my dad's side of the family, my grandpa was a chef, so I wanted to be a chef. So I would always be there with my aunt while she was cooking sometimes. So I would just pick up from her, just cooking with her when I was a kid.
Okay, so that's where you got your love from, your aunt teaching you.
Yeah.
So that's unique, man. That's like something that I would never have guessed to you that you're a cook.
Yeah.
So you cook all your meals for our family? Like who's
No,
like at home? Does she cook or do you cook?
no, she usually cooks.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Cause that's her job. That's not my job. That's her job. But like sometimes she don't want to cook. Yeah,
Mhm.
sometimes I'll cook. You know, so it's cool. But either way, even if I try to cook, she'll just come in and start cooking. So like, it makes no sense for me to cook. 'Cause she's gonna hop in and cook.
That's cool, man. Well, man, I'm really excited for Arizona boxing fans to see this see this video, get to know you a little bit, know like cool little facts like you're a hood barber.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
you're you love to cook, just stuff like that, man. And this is why I do it. And all I'm trying to do for Arizona boxing fans is give them a spotlight, right?
Okay.
And give these fans a little bit of more like relatability, right, to you guys, because there's not really nobody that really gives you guys love, right? Not like California that has a bunch of all these at least setbacks and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So it's kind of been like a responsibility for me now.
Okay.
I don't make money off of this.
Mhm.
Got no sponsors. I just was able to gather some money to get me this stuff.
Yeah.
I've had most of this equipment for 7 years, and yeah, and so I'm just know, man, that you're probably my favorite fighter right now to watch.
Appreciate
When it comes down to skill wise here in Arizona, you have such a high ceiling, Moreno. Like, and we haven't even talked about how did you even get your nickname, Moreno?
I don't even. I just came up with it because I had like a good amount of different names in the amateurs, and I didn't like none of them. I was like, I'm a little tired, just Moreno,
Uh-huh.
just fucking let's do Moreno.
What were your other nicknames?
I had Bronco. That was
Bronco.
Like, yeah, Bronco, because I used to like fight a lot and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I used to get mad. So it was that, and then Pantera, something like that, Panterita or something like that.
Okay, Panterita.
And then yeah, just stick to Moreno. I said, nah, I don't like no. I ain't trying to be no animal type,
Mm-hmm.
The name's like, So I said Moreno. It is. That's what it is.
Okay.
Just left it there.
Yeah, I almost forgot to ask you that, but yeah, man, you have such a high ceiling, man, and I'm excited to see. Well, can you see your fight over there, like live anywhere in Mexico?
I think you can. I think it's on. What was it called? I think upper something like uppercut something boxing, uppercut boxing. No, there's another live stream thing that was on there too.
Is this the same promotional? Is it?
Yeah, Chris is the one that's promoting the fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has a Mano Vasquez promotion.
Is he your manager, Chris?
No. My
Okay.
manager's Filiberto's.
Okay.
Philly. So
Filiberto's like the Filiberto's.
yeah, the company.
They're your managers?
Yeah.
Oh dang.
Yeah. So
I
he's
didn't know
my,
that.
yeah he's my manager. He's the one. He's my manager.
Okay, man. You know I didn't. It's crazy because Filiberto's has been really a big kind of non. People don't talk about Filiberto's how they like support Arizona fighters.
Oh yeah, they do a lot. They support a lot. So
Yeah, I mean, they support you. They support and behind the scenes too. They don't really.
they don't really expose what they
Yeah.
do, but they do help out. That's one thing I love about them. That they're quiet. They're real humble. They're real
Mhm.
humble. They're humble people.
I've never met Filiberto's guy.
He's
I
a-
would like to meet him.
yeah.
If he's like, does he go to he goes to your fights, right, Iron Boy?
He hasn't been to recently because he's had other like stuff that he had to do. But I think when I come back in February, he's gonna be here. So
Okay, yeah, I would like to meet him, man, because he's done a lot. But yeah, man, Jordan, thank you for sitting down and talking to me.
I appreciate
Thank you for you got your family right there on the side, 2 kids waiting for you. The gym shut down. Demetrius had to stop hitting the bag.
yeah.
I'm very, very, very take it very humbly that you even wanted you after the fight. You're like, hey man, let's do an interview, right? Like that meant a lot to me because it shows that you see my stuff and you reaching out to me.
And I love your work.
different,
I love your
Mhm.
work. Watching what you done. I love it. So I was like, when I was watching the podcast, I think whose was it? I think it was Wacho's.
Mhm.
But damn, I need to be on that podcast.
Yeah, no, I got to redo one with Wacho too because he's coming up, and same thing with Sergio. So, yeah, I mean, I tend to hit the podcast hard after basketball season. I don't know if you know, I'm a teacher, and I'm
Now I know you're a teacher.
yeah, I'm a teacher for them, little kid, little
Okay.
PE teacher,
Okay,
for
okay,
little
okay.
kids.
Okay, cool.
But I'm a varsity basketball coach right now. Season is upon me, man. I'm like busy all the time, Monday through Sunday with basketball.
Okay.
And so,
For school or out of school?
no, for school.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, for the school. So when but I made time for you, dude, because I said, man, I really want to put him out. I'm super busy, but man, have an opportunity to talk to Moreno. I'm gonna make time for you because I'm telling you, you're special, man. Your skills are they're unique. You have a God gift, right? God-given gift, right, with your
Yeah.
athletic ability, and the sky's the limit for you, man. I said that the fighter I compare you to, right now, that's coming up, or that's coming up, that's really big, is Lopez, Teofimo Lopez.
Okay.
I see a lot of similarities, right, just the way you guys fight.
Teofimo, we need to get in training camp.
Hey, I mean, I hope he sees this,
I
man.
hope he does too.
Yep.
You know what I
Because
mean? We get in camp. You know what I mean?
Because you guys, I mean, I see a lot of similarities, just the way you guys, your demeanor, right? I think if you guys were just talk in the room, you guys would probably have a lot in common.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, thank you for sitting down and talking to me.
I appreciate you.
Before we go, do you want to say anything to anybody that's watching this?
I mean, I give a shout out to Keenan Carball for all the advice you have given me, bro, and I really appreciate everything. Demetrius for always being here, you know, at the gym and showing love. You know, it's all brother love between us. My coaches and Philly Bredos, and yeah, just everybody that's been supporting. You know, like, you know, what I mean, everybody's been there.
Okay. So, I can't wait to do this interview in maybe a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, like to do another one, because it's gonna be crazy. I mean, hey, you're a world champion. Imagine we're right here and the belt's right here. Boom. And I'm just like, hey man, do you remember when we were talking about you becoming a world champion?
It's gonna be the undisputed belts, all of them. not one. It's gonna be all of them.
All right, hey man, reach for the stars, man.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit. But man, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, bro.
No, yep. So you guys could it's gonna be up pretty soon. Please follow him on social media at El Moreno on Instagram. Support his career, Arizona boxing fans. Let's show a local fighter some love. And all right, man.
All right,
Let's go.
appreciate you.
Mhm.